When the teaser trailer for Pikmin 4 was only about a week old, back when my channel was much smaller than it is now, I recorded a video talking about the trailer's new music, something that, at the time, I felt very few people were actually noticing and discussing. It's been several months since then, and with each theory I've done on this channel, it's become increasingly more abstract, based more on the series' history and current trends than on analyzing the trailer itself. Today, though, we're stepping back into the world of objective trailer analysis, and once again we'll be listening as close as we can to the trailer's audio, but this time we're going to be learning whatever we can from the sound effects. My name is Vantage Emblem, and today we're going to be breaking the trailer down and doing some close listening to its sound effects. But before we get started, I'd like to let you know only 14.4% of you are subscribed. If you aren't, and you're interested in more weekly Pikmin content and monthly Fire Emblem, plus pretty frequent streams of both, I'd suggest doing so. That being said, without further ado, I'd like to get into some close listening. The sound design of the teaser for Pikmin 4 is impeccable. It's my belief that there's nearly as much said in the carefully designed soundscape of the 35-second trailer as there is in its beautiful visuals. That being said, let's get started breaking it down scene by scene. The trailer opens from black with a gushing sound, either a strong wind or fast rushing water. I assume it's the former, given it is accompanied with the sound of rustling plants, which only grow louder as the butterfly creature on screen, a white spectralid, takes off into the sky, the wet patter of its wings flapping. Behind all of this, there are birds tweeting in the background. Let's take a listen. So let's talk about this. The scene's audioscape is completely made of sound effects, and there's no music tracks to be found. This creates a high focus on the chill ambiance of the teaser's world, and focuses the eye on the pretty visuals that the game has to offer, which are supported by the soundscape. These sound effects are clearly intended to be diegetic, or emanating from the actual in-universe world, and this is something that echoes throughout the rest of the sound design. This first section poses a few questions. Are these sounds purely ambient environmental noises, or are they directly tied into any creatures? The fluttering wings of the spectralid are, for example, obviously the result of the direct movement of the creature. As for certain sounds like bird tweets, are they merely to establish a sense of tranquility in space, or are they coming from, or representative of, a new bird-like enemy? I find the former far more likely than the latter, but it's still worth asking this sort of thing given how little we have to actually work from visually. Let's move on. The scene transitions over to the shot of a park bench, and here a layer of bug chirping is added to the gust of wind, and the sound persists like this until well into the shot of the sleeping Bulborb, wherein the relaxing ambiance is interrupted by the now iconic piercing blare of the bugle, which rings out over the snores of the Bulborb. Let's hear it. Again, I feel like I can almost hear the sound of water here, which would be standard for a Pikmin area, especially one with places gated behind blue Pikmin, but I just can't say for certain without seeing it myself. There's also a good chance it's just the same heavy wind from earlier. This trailer is very ambient. Could the whole game have a heightened focus on ambiance and natural beauty, especially with the new camera? It's been an element of the series since the very first game, but given the beautifully rendered HD environments, this might really be the case this time. This is especially plausible when you look at how much the colors of the Pikmin now pop against the background. While realistically colored Pikmin could potentially blend in with the background and create a muddy design, given how much these characters pop, they now really stand out, especially as the background gets more realistic. I think this is the reason behind these more cartoonish Pikmin designs, and the same is true of the Bulborb's redesign. Moving on to the horn sound effect, as I said in previous videos, I have no idea what the purpose of the horn is. Is it a replacement for the whistle? A new sort of charge ability? Or does it have some sort of other plot importance? Alright, let's now latch on to the final scene of the trailer. Here, we catch music playing, but much more importantly to this video, we hear the scurrying of Pikmin, accompanied by their iconic voices which return roughly unchanged from how they've always been. The footsteps of the many Pikmin in the shot can be heard, alongside leaf-ruffling sounds that make sense coming from creatures that, well, have leaves and flowers on their head. Listen closely. I think that this game's auditory identity, if this trailer is anything to go off of, might be a little more ambient and atmospheric than previous games, though I have no way of knowing for certain. I think certainly I'd love to see a Pikmin game with the ability to turn off the music and to listen in on the beautiful soundscapes, and I'd love to see that functionality in this game. And with that, I think I've gone about as deep as I can with the sound aspect of this trailer. It's only 30 seconds or so of footage, so it's really hard to harvest things from the scraps we have. That being said, the game is supposed to release this year, so here's hoping for a direct coming this February or March that clues us in on more details. But what do you think? Do you think there will be any change to this game's auditory identity compared to previous entries? Or do you think it'll be pretty much more of the same and this trailer was just a pretty way to present it? Do you think there's anything I missed? Let me know in the comments below. As for me, I'll stop rambling and end things here. My name is Vantage Emblem, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care all. Cheers.